Oh, but yeah. Yeah. Oh. I didn't know I could see the whole world just by looking down into the ground. Hello, folks. Be getting everything all set up here in a moment. Definitely need to turn up the world volume. This world is has a very quiet ambiance to it. Okay, so advanced settings worked, but OVR toolkit didn't. Alright, OVR, did you work? Are you working? Yay, you're working. Boom, bum, 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 bum. Sorry for for the delay here. Behavior. Look at me. Anchor. Local. Okay. All right. How we doing, folks? Somebody say hi to me. I'm gonna move that up here. Cause I see 4 of you. You know who you are. Hey, John. How we doing? Hey, Jackson, how we doing? Do. Yeah, so I didn't really have time to pick out a world, so because I'm in my home world, which is the back rooms, the liminal nightmare world. So give me 1 second, I'll turn on the camera. Ooh, apparently I had a hold of my titties. Hello, everybody. Oh, why is there... What is going on with this thing here? We're gonna fix that. Stretch. Grab that, please. Grab it. Grab it. Grab it, you Oh my god. Give me a sec. 1 second, you're gonna see me die here. I don't know why it does that. Every time. Every time it does that. There we are. Now I'm back. Boom, 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 boom. So, how is it? Okay. For some reason, I'm like, wait, one's stiff and the other one's all over the place. Oh no, did something break? But thank goodness. Thank goodness nothing broke. So, hey y'all, how we doing? So, tonight I'm mainly going to be doing some chatting and with some exploration. I have no idea what I'm going to do for that because everything was kind of just hastily put together. Today, so how my week has gone so far. Well, so far, actually, my week has gone great. Eyes. Look, thank you. People are here, not over here, or here, wherever. I don't know. Probably. There we go. I'm looking up here at myself, and then I'm seeing myself look up, and whatnot. It looks weird. Kind of like how I'm looking weird right now because I can barely see through my own lenses. Because I've been sweating up a storm all day. Because today I went out and did an exorbitant amount of exercising. Yeah, I'm right here though. Lol. Yeah, I hear you. I see you. So I went out today, and I went to first I went for a bike ride, and then I went to the gym. Now, that is a grand total of 1,000 calories burned today, and I feel very proud of myself for getting out and doing that kind of physical exercise. It was exhausting, but I did it, and I needed to do it. I needed to get it out of my system. Okay, where's the ahigao? We're not ahigawing yet. It's not that kind of stream. So, anyways, so I'm very proud of that. I'm hoping to do more of it, more exercising over the course of this whole extended weekend, because I have 3 days off, and then you have Saturday and Sunday. So today I had off, and then tomorrow and Sunday are the weekend. They have Monday and Tuesday off, which is fantastic. If I put my hand down, what is going on? Anyways, yes, I like that face. I like the eyes closed and stuff because I look. But anyways, so the start of this week was pretty interesting. We were down one coworker because, well, they had to do training, and then we were down a coworker for 2 days, and then the third day, no coworker, and it was like, why? They had a flat tire, and so we were short. But that's okay. We had a great April Fool's Day, and we had an Easter party, which was really fun. I spent most of that day working. There it is. There. If I put my hand on my knee like this, and then all of a sudden, let's. But anyways, I digress. Having it, and then obviously, I spent most of Thursday prepping the books for next week, because next week's only going to be a 3-day week, and that's going to really screw me up and screw everybody up if I don't get that ready. So yeah, I spent a good additional hour after school prepping the skill books and what is it called? And the cold probes and stuff. So yeah. But the kids had fun, and we sent them home with a ass load of sugar. So you imagine autistic children ping-ponging off their walls, and their parents are sitting in the corner with a chair and a trash can lid, and they're just like, stay back, stay back. Nah, they're actually all really good kids. There's this one woman who has like 4 kids, and her oldest child is the autistic child that is one of the autistic children in our room. And he's the same one who I say is like the bestest, most awesome, because he's so kind, and he's so happy, and he's so smart and stuff. And I just wish that he would get some sleep, because he's always trying to he's always halfway to passing out, and he just wants to go to the gym and go to the park and then go home. He just wants to go. He's so enthusiastic about going to his specials that, like, it's not even 10 o'clock, and he's lined up for special. He literally, it's snack time. He gets his snack, he eats his snack, and then he lines up. His special's not until 12:45. He is ready to go to special, and that's all he cares about. Special. And so we have literally stopped asking him to sit down at his chair, and so he just sits there. He just sits standing on the one spot, because there's like spots on the floor where the kids line up and they stand on a spot and stuff. So he's standing on his spot, ready to go every time. It's fucking hilarious. You know, and he's been such a good kid lately, you know. So, and then of course, then there's Chewy McBiterson all the way in the back. You know, only crashing out. He only now crashes out anytime his tablet freezes, and it's usually when the teacher ends up stepping out of the room. Coincidence? I think not. Because I actually pointed this out to the teacher. Hey, you know, he crashes out anytime almost every time when you're not in the room. And so we looked at the times where the teacher has had to actually step out of the room for whatever reason. You know, whether it be to go fill up her water, or or because she's on break, because we all have to take breaks. And that's kind of difficult when you have to sit and actively watch kids, and none of the kids can be unsupervised at any time. And so, which is why we have like a bunch of adults in the classroom, because, you know. But every time she steps out specifically, give it 10 minutes, and he is on full assault mode. And we try everything. And sometimes with these kids, when they crash out, it's usually because they want something, but they can't verbalize how to tell you that they need something, because a lot of them are nonverbal. By the way, folks, if you are an adult, if you are a parent, please do not expose your kid to fucking cocoa melon. Please do not do it. It makes them less verbal, less cognitive. Everything is ping, 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 pong. They're more when they watch that thing, the things are oversaturated. That where the what is it called? Everything in the videos are oversaturated, so they're so bright that you could turn off the lights and you'll still see them. That's how bright it is. And then the pacing of the videos are that of an action movie. because the average like switch between that proven intentionally edit the videos to push kids into put kids into a trance. Yeah, and that's not okay. Exactly, that is not okay. They need to actually, or like that's why I like Bluey. So the average transition for Bluey is 22 seconds before any scene transition happens. That's a long time. That's perfect. But with Cocomelon, it's the shortest or the longest time I've seen is 8 seconds. The average is 3 seconds, and then camera change. 3 seconds, camera change. 3 seconds, camera change. It's like an action movie, but you're watching Wheels on the fucking Bus. Why? So, your kids should be able to start speaking, or should be able to speak at the age of 5. If they're not speaking, there's something wrong, and that means you need to actually start looking at taking care of that situation. Oh yeah. Plus, Bluey actually respects the viewer's intelligence. It has lessons for both kids and for parents on how to deal with relationship problems they might eventually deal with. Exactly. It is properly made to educate kids, and even gives lessons to adults. There's actually been things in there that I never thought about doing that. Like, there was this one episode that I've seen where they created this whole tradition where they would play pass the it was called pass the the beanbag, but instead you're passing around a gift, and then whoever it lands on gets the gift, and then they get to open it, and it's always something really cool. So don't get in loud arguments in front of your kids. No shit. Yeah. That actually is a fucking lesson in Bluey. And the thing that I was getting into is the lesson was don't get mad if you don't win. There's always next time. You know. And so the kid finally gets a prize, and you're like, whoa! You know, because, hey, it happened. It finally happened. They sat patiently. They enjoyed the company of others, and they learned to be patient, and eventually something good will come your way. And it was really nice. Oh, I might be a little loud here. Boom. There we go. But yeah. And but this kid, lately these kids have been making me very sick of Sesame Street, though. They've been really into Sesame Street because of this one game. This one game is called There's a Monster at the End of This Game. And the character is Grover. There's a monster at the end of this game? Oh no! And so the whole point of the game is that Grover is trying to stop you from getting to the end of the game the whole time. And so every stage you do your thing and moves you to the next stage, and he's trying his best, and then at the end of the game the monster's Grover, because Grover's a monster. And then you hear, the monster you see is always me, because I'm the monster at the end. And it just, oh my god. They play the kids play this song on full fucking blast. And one of the kids, I swear to God, he needs to put down some cardboard because he break dances. So imagine, if you will, a kid spinning on the fucking floor because he is jamming out to monsters at the end of the game. Actually, an episode about how the parents met, and it's so wholesome. Yes, Bluey is so fucking wholesome. Absolutely. I would watch that as an adult. That's the kind of programming that I liked. Now, I remember having to suffer through what was it called? Having to suffer through Teen Titans Go. Please replace Teen Titans Go with Bluey. But Cartoon Network is now dead. So, what do they replace that with? I never watched TV. What did they replace that network with? What happened? So, boom, 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 boom. Here, boingy, 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 boing. Excuse me, folks. I have to do something here real quick. There we go. No ribbons. Boingy, 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 boingy. I think technically still exists. It's just a shell of its former self. It has always been a shell of its former self. All because there was a fucking laser that made somebody freak the fuck out. And then, so, which after that, we stopped getting shows like Edda and Eddie and Courage the Cowardly Dog, and instead we started getting Adventure Time and Regular Show. Now, granted, Adventure Time and Regular Show were both really good, but but in comparison to what we had before, the shows were just not, they weren't as good. Once they started adding lore to Adventure Time, that actually started getting really good, because there was a whole universe, and apparently the whole universe was created by a D&D campaign, and it was based on real life, but after a war, after an apocalyptic war, and so everything you see is post-apocalyptic society, and then the Lich is real, magic ends up becoming real, all because of fucking nuclear radiation and stuff. That's fucking crazy. Hey Wooly, you got any favorite VAs? Voice Keith David. If I recall, Keith David is the same voice actor for Jake. Is that who I think it is? Or am I thinking about somebody else? Don't think so. Alright, who was the voice actor? I'm gonna look it up. John DiMaggio. DiMaggio. Now, keep in mind, this same voice actor is the voice actor for Marcus Phoenix and Wrath. Jake the dog has the same voice actor as Marcus Phoenix from Gears of War and Wrath from Ben 10. Fucking great voice actor, by the way. Love him. He did the Arbiter for Halo. Anderson from Oh, he's that guy. Oh, yeah, but John DiMaggio. DiMaggio. Is it Maggio or Maggio? I don't know. But, yeah, that's my favorite voice actor. Oh, that's right. That's right. Keith was the voice of Husker. Which was, he did a fantastic job. And people gooned over his ass after they changed his voice. Or changed his voice actor to Keith. Because, his voice was way better as Keith, or with Keith, than he got such a good voice actor, a good voice to swear. Yeah. Also, here's one thing. Since we're on the topic of Has Been Hotel, why the fuck did they put Angel Dust in a black dress? That was so fucking convincing. He was like that's the only time where your sexual alignment just doesn't matter, because you're gonna get boner anyways. It doesn't matter, because super hella convincing. And then the Japanese version of that is also fucking interesting. So he got such a good... Yeah, okay. But yeah. Oh, where is everybody? Where the fuck is everybody? Oh, duh, I'm looking in the wrong place. There we go. But anyways, I saw Wooly. How are you doing? I'm gonna get into some War Robot stuff in a moment. Don't worry. I'm not. I'll talk about some of that stuff, and but I wanted to chat with everybody and stuff, and cover some things. There was a thing that I was listening to while I was on my bike ride. By the way, one of his jobs is being a woman after all. Yeah, that's true. That is very true. That is very true. That Angel Dust's job is to be a woman. But yeah, here is so. I want to move on to a different topic, because I watched a video today. Well, actually, kind of listened to the video while I was riding my bike and stuff, because I didn't have an earbud, so I kind of just biking, and I wanted something to listen to. And I listened to this thing about the state of our country, as our society. Now, 1% of the United States, the top 1% of the United States, owns more than 50% at this point. It's more like 60%. And now, and with businesses cutting jobs in favor of AI, we are actually are in a state that's where homelessness is worse than it's ever been, and it's affecting the boomers the most. Oh yeah, they recently dismantled the National Forest Rangers, or whatever it's called. Fuck. Yeah, so people are struggling to find houses. People now have to have 2 jobs to survive. And we also are experiencing this thing where corporations and businesses and stuff, and people in power are in this position where they're like, you will own nothing and be happy about it. That is, I can't. Okay, which hand gesture? Which hand gesture means gives me anger? It shows anger. Hold on. Maybe I could. Hold on. Oh, that's not okay. That's not sad. Okay, something needs to be fixed. And see, that's angry. See, that's anger. Why is it surprised? I need to get that fixed. Anyways, so all the national forests and parks, they're open for the president's billionaire friends to plunder, destroy the sake of profit. Yep. But, you know what? I'm just gonna just leave myself blank, because some of these expressions are kind of like need reworking. Hey Seal, how we doing? But like, the issue I'm talking about is the homelessness, the lack of available jobs, and our and businesses unwilling to hire people. You know, AI is supposed to be a tool. It's not supposed to be a replacement. You know, and all these businesses are investing into something that that consumes resources at a terrifying rate. Data centers consume enormous resources. They consume water and air. They consume all the most advanced technologies, making it next to impossible for people to gain stuff like, for example, NVIDIA stopped producing graphics cards for the public. They've cut their production by 60%, which now means their graphics cards, their highest end graphics card for gaming, costs $5,000. $5,000. They also consume RAM, so we are now in a state where like people are now having to go back to DDR4 as viable options for gaming. Eventually we're going to get to this point where people can't own a desktop or can't own a computer. That you have to basically, if you want something like that, you need to subscribe for it. Which there's even this thing that that PlayStation's doing, where like, oh, we'll create a subscription system, and you can subscribe to rent a PlayStation game. Oh, and then we're going to limit the amount of time you can play on it, because that's apparently a fucking problem. They pollute the areas around them, and they're being built literally in people's backyards. Yeah, a lot of the land that could have been developed for people's homes are now being bought up by these corporations for their AI data centers. So, and you know, that's killing. That's harming the environment. That's harming people. You know, and childhood poverty is skyrocketing. And our politicians and stuff don't care about us. These people that are at the top 1% and are in power, they do not care about you at all. I'm sorry, but I can't say that I love America, but I can't love I'm not loving the state that it's in right now. This needs to stop. Somebody needs to there needs to be a blue wave, and all this damage needs to be reversed. And then it needs to stay blue at this point. I would much rather deal with any and every problem that we were facing as a Democrat-led country than we are at a Republican-led country, because the Republicans don't give a shit about you, the average person. They don't. They will say whatever they can to get your vote, and then they just won't do what they say, or what they said they would do. And then people are losing their minds, not because of all the systemic bullshit, but they're losing their minds over the gas prices, where gas is now $4 a gallon. That's when people lose their fucking minds, apparently. Not the slow creeping increasing of prices, that which is supposed to be temporary, but no, they kept them up long enough that they just made it the new standard. That's why eggs are so fucking expensive. That's why certain groceries and stuff are so fucking expensive. An ever-increasing number of bootlickers who gets angry at any form of criticism towards the state of the country, and claiming you're un-American if you aren't 100% praising everything America does. No, see, that's the sad problem, is that I love America, and because I love America, I will say whatever the fuck I want about America, because that's how much I love America. I hate the state that it's in. I feel that there needs to be a change for the better, a change that focuses on its people and not the top 1% who owns fucking everything anyways. So, literally free speech. Yeah. Practicing free speech. But, other countries in Europe are doing a lot better than we are at this point. And the tariffs have completely ruined America's relationship with every other country on the planet. That's not, and that's all because, and the real reason for that is to deliberately weaken the United States. Because people, for those who are watching, how the United States economy works is that we are a globalized economy. We are supposed to be masters of soft power. Soft power is how you make financial deals, how you get cheaper goods, everything. Your handshake as a democratic power, as a country, your handshake is supposed to be more powerful. Your soft power is supposed to be more powerful than your tanks, your guns, your weapons, and the various threats of nuclear war. A simple handshake is the better choice. Make deals that are good. And he's saying, and Trump's like, no, these deals are terrible. No, the fuck they weren't. Because now nobody wants to trade with us. And because nobody wants to trade with us, everything is now skyrocketing in prices. So, tariffs are not a good choice. Were never a good choice. That's how that shit works. A tariff is meant to be a deterrent from people buying that particular product. That's what a tariff is. And so they put tariffs on everything that was that they did that essentially didn't speak English as a native language. Oh, and actually they even hurt those countries too. That they put tariffs on every NATO country as well. That's so fucking stupid. That's so fucking stupid. And then he started allowing people to buy Russian oil again, even though that the Ukrainian war is still fucking going on. There's supposed to be a conversation about that. I have not heard a word about how that is supposed to be going down. And yet we're starting to get into a war with Iran. I want to point out something with the whole Israel and Palestine, and then the whole Iran and U.S. involvement and that whole area. There's a whole section in the Bible that talks about Armageddon. It talks about how it starts in Israel, and it talks about how it started by a man who is so evil and cruel, and yet people voted him in to office. You know exactly who that person is. I'm gonna point that out to you guys right now. I'm not a religious person, but that seems a little too on the nose. And it's supposed to refer to something else, refer to another thing that already happened. No, it didn't. That shit didn't happen. We're talking about this. All right. So I'm done with the evil and sad part. Let's talk about something good. The fact that I'm hearing more and more news about people being visited by the police for things they post online. Actually, that's actually something funny. You mentioned that. I'm gonna point this out to you. You know, in Russia, the number of people who were arrested for shit they post online is 400. At one point, that was I think that was last year. And then people in Britain, for example, I do believe numbered in 4,000. Crazy shit. So, but yeah, I still wouldn't want to live in Russia because people die at the average man dies at the age of 55 from alcoholism, because 90% of their paycheck goes to their home, and then the 10% just goes to booze, because But anyways, enough of politics and hating human society. Let's talk about something that's positive. So, what do we have to talk about that is positive? Oh, right. Wooly, if you're still here, you want to talk about War Robots? Because I'll be streaming that on Monday. I don't know if I can't see who actually is watching, because I'm using what's it called? Using Streamlabs instead of just looking on the actual website. But even then, YouTube wouldn't show me who's actually watching, because I know that you watch via YouTube. Anyways, War Robots. So, I am coming across a interesting dilemma, because I'm finding that this new meta, or that this current meta, favors brawlers. Heavily favors brawlers. And they're using a lot of these one-shot weapons. So if they get close to you, just die, because they're gonna kill you anyways. You shoot at them, and the weapons that they have are going to take your damage, take the damage you deal, and then deal it back at you tenfold. You tap them once, you die. And they're putting this shit on tank bots. Or robots, everybody. Where if you're not spending thousands upon thousands of dollars, you will lose. So, I do have, however, I have come across an idea to fix this. So, I'm going to be switching my mothership from Keel, which is the mothership I prefer using, because I like, you know, spamming that shit, to using the Frederick. And I'm going to be using the Frederick with the 2 damage support systems, or the damage enforcement systems, and whatever the fuck else I fit on there, because I forget what the third thing I would be slotting in there is. And then, which, here's the funny thing about that. There's the angry face. This is the angry face. There we go. Either that, or I guess it could also be excited. Yeah. But anyways, I'm gonna be switching over to the Frederick with all that stuff. Which then, if I'm using the Flux Strix that I have, and I start pumping the Flux lasers at people, I could spam that shit twice, and still have ammo to pump into the opponent, and just start nuking people that I shoot at. Because what essentially ends up happening is that that Frederick will increase my damage by upwards. It'll increase my damage of upwards of 250%. Now I could put it with the build. You ever seen the new Star Citizen video? They now, buddy, Jackson. I'm going to tell you right now. I do not play Star Citizen. I haven't watched anything Star Citizen. So I have no idea. I'm sorry, I can't get into something that I don't actively sit and watch and play. This video is worth it, lol. You know, I'll watch it later. You know, just set it aside or something. Like DM it to me, and I'll watch it when I feel ready. So, but yeah, excuse me. But yeah, and then I know that the Reapers have decent mothership gain, and I also know that that Piercers, Piercers are kind of slow on that, but they make up for it in their raw damage that they fucking deal. The only bot that I seem to struggle with is the what's it called? The Trebuchet Strix that I have, because that thing takes 14 seconds to charge up. But then when you fire that shit, if the target is beyond 700 meters, because I have the solar drone with it, next thing you know, I'm nuking the shit out of somebody, because they lose 100% of their damage mitigation. So they take the full damage of my shot. And then imagine that, but with the Frederick. That means I'll one-shot Titans. Literally one-shot Titans. So that puts me in killing Titan ranges. That also means that the Reaper Crisis and or the Reaper Strix, if I ever go back to the Reaper Strix, will also be able to, in one salvo, nuke the shit out of a Titan. And that's the kind of like firepower I'm looking for. So I think that it'll be best that I switch over to the Frederick. I did also, for some reason, I think the game's also trying to tell me something. I have 2 Rexes and the new flying bullshit bot from death already. And I'm like, oh, I should do something with this. My friends who know my clanmates are literally telling me, because they know who I am and they know what I'm about, are literally saying, turn that thing into a sniper right now, do it. And I'm like, a stealth bot that goes invisible, that flies anywhere and heals itself while flying in stealth, invisible, and can shoot you while invisible. Fuck yes, I am turning that thing into a skyward sniper. I am going to wreck house with that thing. So yeah, you bet your ass I'm going to turn that thing into a sniper. I'm going to piss people the fuck off with that thing. Now, the weapons I'm going to use, I have no idea what I'm going to use yet. Flux would be nice, but there's no medium lasers to go with it. The best, well, maybe. No, that's a light weapon. Never mind. I know there's some railguns. Ooh, some railguns and a Treb, maybe. Nah. That weapons, that heavy weapon's got to be a piercer. It's got to be a piercer, or it's got to be something that does decent damage. So yeah, probably gonna have to go with that. Oh my god, I tabbed back in for some reason, and when it was completely centered on your tits. Hold on. Here. Completely centered on my tits, you say? I wonder what gave you that. I wonder what gave you that idea. All right. And it's a good. Oh, by the way, and it's a good thing that I didn't put that emote in, because if that got spammed at all in Twitch, I'd be banned. I'd be banned so fucking quickly. Holy shit, that would be absolutely crazy. I wouldn't be able to stream it on YouTube either, because, or not stream it. We wouldn't be able to make the video, put the VOD on YouTube either, because a face full of chest floof. No, these are not chest floof. These are milkers. Boingy 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 boingy. Boingy 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 boingy. Wooly, why did you just zoom in on your boobs, you freaky? Oh, so Wooly, you just tuned in. I was just talking about how I'm switching from Keel to Frederick to help deal with my fucking issues with the meta, and then I was gonna turn the new flying death bot into a sniper because I just got it, and then that's the only thing that you bring up. That's when you finally chime in. the yellow bit. What do you mean yellow bit? But yeah. Where's the... Anyways. Alright. Okay, for real, your DMs for a sec. For real, check your DMs. Buddy, I said I wasn't going to do that until, like, after stream. Or whenever... What are you sending me? I love my beautiful fox. It holds a picture of a fox in one phone and he's driving and there's a fucking kid. Okay. Okay, I see. Uses radiation weapon, 600 meters. It's basically sniping range. Okay. So somebody in my thing is like, "Why are you turning into a sniper? I mean, just use radiation weapons with 600 meters." You know, I could. You know, actually, that would be the best choice. That probably would be the best choice. And then because I don't have the pilot, I could use auto instead. Actually, that's a fantastic choice. But still, the reason why it would, he says, or atomizers, 500 meters, basically sniping. Bullshit. No, the fuck, it's not. If the opponent can shoot back at you, it's not sniping. Not to be played at close range, but of course it can. Yeah, because literally that's how they defeat me. Okay, so I'm shooting at them, they go stealth, or go invisible, so I have to sit there and wait, burning away my 8 seconds of shield breaker. Then they appear, and I shoot them, and then they go stealth again, which means they've just healed back all the damage that they would have taken. And then, they finally focus on me and fly over and kill me. Because they're too busy emptying their fucking loads into 3 people's backs. That's war robots for you. But yes, no, that would be the best choice for me to do with that bot. Do what? So I love hanging out sometimes. We'll see, buddy. We'll see. Let's see. I'm gonna go back to this so that way I can see what other people are saying. By the way, what's your favorite Titan in War Robots? Mine's the Miromets. Okay, so now, unless I get the ultimate Ao Ming, because I would love to have that, because I love the idea of having 4 Vindicators on that and just deleting another Titan. I'm stuck between the Miromets and the Berseglier. The Miromets, I've had a huge, long-standing history with it. It is probably my most brutal robot right now. I'm very much well aware of the meta that it provides. It is still top 10 in most people's lists because it's an absolute disgusting robot with 2 heavy hard points, one light hard point, or well, rather 2 alphas, 1 beta, and people would use those rockets with its ability, which sends more rockets, and so you'll be deleting people. And the whole idea is that the Miromets is an ambush robot. However, I don't have those. Instead, I got the blind weapons, and people say the blind weapons are terrible. Motherfucker, no the fuck they're not. They are not terrible at all. What they're great at is making it so that the opponent can't fucking shoot you. I've actually considered putting them on the Berseglier. But at the same time, I'm a little bit of a baby when it comes to the Berseglier because, well, it's not tanky. Yeah, it's got health for days once you max that sucker out, but I don't. No, I'm sorry, but no. Also, I do notice that people, when they put when they build up their Berseglier's pilot, they put all of the defense on there, all of the health pool on there. It's like, why the fuck are you doing? And then I see why, because they're using it to brawl. They're using that thing to brawl. So they're not even bothering with the range damage boost that they get with it, which that's fine. I wish I could do that, but I don't have the veneers that people are using, where they're just pissing energy bullets out But yeah, no, mine was definitely the Mirromets and the Berseglier, unless of course, War Robots says, "Oh, there's an Ao Ming event. Here, do this, this, and this," and then I'm like, "My wallet hurts. My wallet fucking hurts. Ah!" My wallet just goes ah, and then disappears. And Joe just does the whole like bomb or fingers work. Does this and then just disappears. Because yeah, the Ao Ming would probably the Yui Ao Ming is the one is literally the incarnation of what I plan to do. Literally the maximum firepower possible on a bot. With the Mirromets and the Berseglier tied for second and third. So Yui Ao Ming. And I haven't even gotten it yet. So, yeah. Also, I would love to hang out sometime. Yeah. Yeah, I know. I know you would. But yeah. Things have been crazy and stuff, so it doesn't happen often. But anywho. But yeah, so I might be taking Frederick the Decay and Blight, or not Blight. Is it Blight? The radiation guns, and the with Otto on the flyer, on that new flying bot, and then also I did finally just max out the damage tree on my Berseglier, so now I'm doing 60% more damage to everything, and then I'm also doing 63, I forget, 60% more damage to Titans as well. There we go. That's that's my current updates. I will be showcasing some of that, and then also I'm slowly trying to figure out how am I going to get the Daredevil, get myself a Daredevil Strix, because I have three booms. And I have 2 Ansels ready for this shit. And I'm looking to nuke the shit out of poor bastards while having 400%, or not 400, while having 400,000 energy shields to prevent retaliation from other boom users. And I'm just gonna sit behind a wall and just start shooting rockets at anything, or shooting missiles at anything and everything. But haha, you can't shoot me. And then the boom user decides to shoot me, and I turn to them and I nuke them. Because while I lose my ability for Shield Breaker, I use I'll use the slot, the activatable ability that requires, for Shield Breaker, because fuck shields. Fuck your flying shield having asses. Fuck your frontal shield having asses. Fuck your fuck your purple shields. I'm going to kill you through your own shield. Yeah. So that's me with War Robots right now. Because I can wreck an Amit at distance. But as soon as it gets close enough to use those one-shot weapons, which I now have 3 of. Ooh, I could put that shit on a Skyros. I could put that shit on a Skyros. Roll up into battle, and then fucking nuke them, and then roll out. Oh. The next War Robot giveaway is give Newton's and all of its weapons. I already have a Newton. I have 3 of its weapons. I already have a Newton. I already have 3 of its weapons. I'm not worried about it. So yeah. But the Newton is great, not because of its energy cannon though. Not giveaway. The weird thing though is that why the Newton though? Why the Newton? Because that thing, the thing that about the Newton is that what makes that son of a bitch weapon thing so powerful is the fact that it has choke. It has nothing to do with the fact that it has a sniping energy cannon on it, but rather it's because of the choke. Literally, the ability to yank somebody out of cover and kill them. Hell, I've always tried. Hell, anytime that a Newton does that in my Berserklier, I literally try to capitalize and steal their kill. Because, I mean, they just did my work for me. Just blap. And then either I kill them, or they get the assist. Or kill them and they get the assist. Or I get the assist and they get the kill. Which, for some reason, I've had missions where, like, I will do, like, get 1 kill, but have, like, 5 or 6 assists, and be second in place, even though that the person below me had more kills and more damage. What the fuck, game? I didn't mean giveaway. I mean next update. Oh, what are they doing with the next update? Are they nerfing the shit out of that thing? I hope not. We don't need. That robot is not what needs to be nerfed. The fucking Atlas and the Princeps needs to be nerfed. I'm sorry, but the Princeps pisses me off. It's the same energy shield bullshit that the Hystasis has, where it's a null field. Literally nothing can touch you while it's active. So you get shot. Up there's 1 charge, but you're invincible. Up you get shot again. There's another charge, but instead of it being a charge, you're literally invincible for between 30 seconds and a minute. And then it turns off, and then you wait until the charge comes back. Oh, by the way, it has a weapon that pushes everything away from you. And people just yeet people off of ledges and stuff. Which is funny to see. But also, holy shit, is it infuriating. Because, like, I'm here ready to duke it out with you. I'm probably gonna die, but I'm here to duke it out with you. No, you just flick, and off the ledge you go. That's so bullshit. Oh, and if you think that sucks, just wait until somebody chokes, and at the end of the choke, a Princeps uses its push ability. I'm sorry, I'm a badass. Next update, they're giving everybody Newton all the weapons. Oh, they're giving everybody. Which channel is this? Or is this War Robots in general? Now, when it comes to Titans, by the way, my preferred choices of Titans are the Miromets, the Berserklier, the Yui Alming, the Sharanga, and the Newton. Those are my preferred go-tos because of what I do. I reveal you, and I nuke you. I snipe your ass at max distance, and I make sure you die in your fucking spawn. That is what I do. That is usually what I attempt to do. And Wooly, you and another friend have very much have seen the receiving end of what I can do. I've been on the receiving end because I literally did 2-on-1 with you guys. I'd like to join you whenever you're streaming. Add me on Discord. How about you join my Discord server and then get to know me? And then I get to know you first? Because I have no idea who you are, my guy. Or girl, or whoever you are. If you want, take a look at the About section of the Twitch page, because you're on Twitch. You know, there's a link to the Discord. You can click that, join, follow the rules, you know, and then do what you're gonna do, and then, you know, maybe we can start chatting and stuff. But are you talking about War Robots? Are you talking about War Robots? Just okay. Hold on. That name. First time chat. Hey, okay. Oitos. Oitos. Is that how you pronounce that? Because sure as hell I'm not gonna pronounce a bunch of G's and F's, and a V, and an S. I apologize, but yeah, that ain't happening. In the next update, that actually would be cool though, because then I could put those lightning weapons on the Sharanga, and I mean those weapons are probably, well, no, because Striker's actually really good if you can get the weapon, if you can level up the weapon. So yeah, that's 3 sniping weapons I really like, are the fucking electric weapons, and then the Strikers, and then my favorite, the Vindicators. Now, the only thing I hate about the Vindicators is that when you use them. Oh, and then the fifth Titan would be the Eiffel. Though the Eiffel, while the Eiffel is has enormous, ridiculous damage output, what's your favorite robot in War Robots? Bruh. In War Robots, my name is Behemoth for a reason. Though the Behemoth, so I will say this: the Behemoth has definitely fallen off in terms of damage output, in terms of whatever, but I could still make that sucker work. Along with the Fury, along with the Erebus, along with the Baglior, which the Baglior and the Strix are still meta to this day, though I also keep seeing Crises show up. Basically, give me any robot that has nothing but heavy weapons, and that's my favorite weapon, my favorite bot. The Butch, favorite bot. The Erebus, favorite bot. The Strix currently is my favorite bot, because I field 3 of them and I just got a 4th one. And if I get and if I end up getting 5, well, my resources are gonna hurt like a son of a bitch. But yeah, you're gonna probably see 5 Strixes on the battlefield at some point, or 5 Berseglior, or not Berseglior, or 5 Bagliors. I'm not gonna do more than one Strix, more than one Crisis though, because Crisis is it hit. Don't get me wrong, the Crisis in the right hands and with the right loadout will absolutely one-shot you. Will absolutely one-shot you. In fact, the Strix, the Crisis, and the Baglior are tied for number 1 as having the most firepower on any standard bot. If you were to give them the biggest, strongest weapon in the game, they would all comparably have the same damage output. So I'm going to put... Now, historically, Behemoth. That's my favorite bot. Currently, currently, for me, as of current, Strix, Baglior, and Crisis. Those are my top robots. If I were to have a drop deck that featured all 5, or not all 5, or featured top 5, it would be Strix. Baglior, Crisis, Behemoth, and then I'm kind of split between the Fury and the Erebus. I would like to put the Butch there in one of those, because that'd be absolutely fucking funny. Considering that the Butch is no slouch in damage, and would actually be really good in today's meta if its positioning is proper and it's got the proper weapons. It's absolutely a monster. But until I can get that kind of support financially, preferably from donors or from donations and stuff, you know what you guys can do. Look in the about section. You know what you guys can do. And yeah, and then otherwise, I would have to. I'm kind of stuck as having to pick the 4 that I mentioned, and then either the Fury or the Erebus. I'm kind of leaning more to the Erebus, simply because the Erebus has the ability to lock people down, and do all that stuff. But then again, if you haven't seen the Fury's pilot, and while that pilot she's fucking ugly, by the way, because a white woman with cornrows is just no. Keep that's no. Cornrows on a white person is no. I'm sorry, but you white. Stop with the cultural appropriation. But I will say that the Fury's pilot's ability. Let me put it to you this way: take Shield Breaker, turn it on, and never turn it off. That's what it does. That's what her ability is. All shots from the Fury ignore energy shields. That's disgusting. And then if you give it Reapers, that means your shots will not only ignore energy shields, but will ignore defenses. And while, yeah, sniping tends to damage for sniping tends to fall off if you have fall off after 4 weapons. Furies, you can't deny that the Fury can do good in the right hands and with the right positioning and stuff. It's slow as shit, though. I mean, it's not as slow as it's slightly faster than Strix. But the Strix seems to move around just fine. So, which is kind of weird, because they give the Strix such a low. No, actually, the Baglior is the slowest one out of all of those snipers, but yet the Baglior doesn't feel like it's slow. It doesn't feel like it's slow. It's weird. It's going 30 something kilometers an hour, where everything else that I mentioned is going 40 and above. So I have no idea. I don't get how they how their speed and stuff is rated anymore. Anyways, but yeah, that's my you know, that's how how I think of what I think of when I think of favorite robots. Historically, Behemoth. There's your answer. I mean, literally, my name in game is Behemoth for a reason. 5 ardent behemoths. Oh, and I figured out what my pilot would be if I 500 behemoths. I wish I had the resources to do that, but at the same time, it'd be pointless. Instead, it would just be the 5 behemoths, and then they would all be like triple, MK3'd with the most cutting-edge weapons possible. I thought about doing a behemoth with four of those weapons that heal you, and then use Andre, and yeah, just have a behemoth that just absolutely tanks like that. I just want to tell you I'm gonna be watching you on my TV, so I won't be able to type in your chat anymore, but I'll still be watching. All right, cool. Thank you for letting me know. You could say you're addicted to behemoths. No, not really, because the behemoth. Are we really doing Orville references? Are we really doing Orville references? Fucking goober. Be like fucking what's their name? The two Mocklins. 500 cigarettes. And then they just start huffing that shit like it's crack. Oh, Scorpio, thank you for the follow. Scorpion, thank you for the follow. How we doing? Excuse me. I need a drink. Give me a sec, folks. I need to swill some drink here. Where in the fuck did I put that bag? Oh, I know where I put it. 1 sec. Alrighty. Lemon juice and ice water. And yes, when I mean lemon juice, it's the it's not lemonade, it's the lemon juice from those bottles that's really tart, and ice water. Really healthy for you. Should give it a try. But anyways, but yeah. Oh, I also did get a golem. Wooly. I did get a golem. I snatched that sucker up. I saw that. Oh, golem. Oh, I haven't seen that thing in forever. And it's an MK2. And I'm like, oh, I don't even have to level it up. Hell yeah. But yeah, I still have a Schultz. I still have a level 1 Schultz I haven't touched. And I'm like, why would I touch this thing? But I'm also not getting rid of it because they're rare as shit. So they had featured the golem, the Schultz, and the scorpion. I think the scorpion, or I forget what the other one's called. It's got a heavy and a medium, and that's all it's got, and it has nothing else. But yeah, I ended up snatching up the Schultz, or not the Schultz, the golem. Jokingly, I kind of want to be like, just put the one-shot weapons on that thing and then just walk it out there and be like, hey guys, I could join you too. Get killed. Your cat keeps meowing at you, literally, like, really loudly. Yeah, it's called Pet the Pussy. Pet that pussy. Pet it. Pet that shit. Pet your pussy. Harder. You gotta pet that. No, it's like that. You squish that cat. You squish that cat. You squish that pussy. Squish it. Squish it. She's an old. Oh, I see. You're an old pussy. Okay. All right. Yeah. No. So gently pet the pussy. Gently pet that old pussy. God. If somebody were hearing this out of with no context, then it's like, oh God. But anyways. Holy shit, it's been an hour and a half already. 9:43, okay. So, anyways. So what are everybody's plans for this weekend? Because I have spring break. I am essentially working out all weekend and trying to get some affairs in order for game development and stuff. and just you know, go to bed when I want to, and sleep as long as I want to. Oh, it's 2 o'clock in the morning. Oh, I don't feel like 2 o'clock. Oh, not 2 o'clock in the morning. Oh, it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm still tired. You know, just nuzzle that fucking pillow and just you know, just curl up in a ball and just snooze. But yeah, yep. But yeah, DMs again. Oh, what the fuck are you doing? What the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? Oh, you've clipped it, huh? Yeah, you clipped the whole pussy part. Yep. I see what you did. I appreciate that. I could put that on my YouTube. Oh, it's about time I took my allergy meds, because I'm gonna start hacking up a lung here. So, but yeah. It's been warm today, because I've been sitting here doing nothing, and I'm roasting. It's been crispy. It's been not crispy. I've been cooking here. Let's see. Okay. Tried quality mode yet? Okay, to Colorado hyper. What the fuck is this shit? Introducing quality mode on Grok. Why is Twitter, or not Twitter, not shit ass the site telling me you know. By the way, I'm kind of still there because I have to maintain a community, you know, there and stuff. Though I am going to be start purging more of the things I follow, because apparently, and this is really, really, really evil and stuff. If you follow more people than people are following you, you get the algorithm doesn't favor you. So I'm slowly but surely having to go through my Twitter or through X. Such a fucking stupid ass name for a site. And I'm just gonna be slowly unfollowing shit. If I'm friends with you and stuff, I'll obviously continue to follow you. But stuff that I follow and stuff, I need to, clear some of that shit out. So that way I can like improve on on the number of followers I can get there. So yeah. The whole joystick thing, I'm still working on that. That's actually something I'm going to be working on this weekend as well. I don't know, because realistically I would like to start streaming on there as soon as possible, just so I can generate some revenue and stuff. But what would be really nice is if I can get full body tracking for that, because people want to see boing 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 boing. Why does it seem like it's off center here? Realistically, though, that's likely to count bots who follow a shit ton of people and then post scam links. Well, yeah, that's the argument, but then I'm not a bot. Am I? Like, literally, if I were to look at X and I look at my page, I'm following twice. Then I'm for every one follow I have, I'm following 2 people. So I need to cut that down, and cut that down good and hard. So I have to look at it. So like, if I see your page, and I have no idea who the fuck you are, but then I looked at your shit, and I'm like, oh, that's why I followed you. I'm going to continue to follow you. But if your content just doesn't tickle my fancy ever since the last time, I'm just gonna delete you. Or not delete you, I'm just gonna unfollow you. The game dev thing. Okay, that's something we can talk about. I want to try to get rolling with that, so I need to get a hold of all the people that I am working with, and I need to, get things. Okay, the multi-stream chat just disappeared on me. Never said it was a perfect solution. Lol. All right, well, now I have to look at the stream itself. But yeah, but I'm essentially going to be what's going to end up happening is I'm going to be getting everybody together, discuss what we need to discuss, going to purge the server of those who who have never showed up for the meetings, never participated in any of the activities, and then go from there, and then we're just gonna start making the game. It looks like I'm going to also have to learn how to use pixel art because I can't find a pixel artist or pixel artists to fill those positions. So if you're watching and you are one of those people who are interested in getting into game development and stuff, I'm trying to start up a team. Feel free to message me either on Twitch either on Twitch, Twitter, Blue Sky, or Discord. If because you can join my server and then message me there and ask me about it, and I will. We can talk about it, and I can, and we can see if there's a place for you. But yeah, that's the ultimate goal, is to ultimately get that game started. So yeah, that's the current state of Corrupted Hard Drive Studios, working title. So yeah, I'm thinking one of these days I'm gonna sit here and write a story, and or do some coding. We can walk through the process of coding. We make No, that's not what we're doing. No. We ain't making viruses. No. It's a great. We make games so. No! That's not how it works. And that's not what we're about. Oh god, stretchy. But yeah. Getvirus.com. Is that an actual fucking thing? Is that an actual fucking website? Did you actually fucking... Is it actually a place where you can download a virus to give people? Or to test a system against? I mean, I know there's somebody who actually who does that, where they will take two viruses that are absolutely destructive and horrifying on a computer, and then they'll pit them against each other, and the viruses will actually fucking battle each other. Like, I'm actually not kidding. The viruses will actually fight each other over control of a computer. It's fucking crazy. That actually is crazy. You can actually look that up, and you will find a guy testing a computer, showing you two viruses attacking a computer. Yes, Clanker blood sports. Totally. That's I have no idea what it's called, but yeah, you get two viruses and they'll fight each other for control over the system. They'll essentially either overrun. They'll simply try to just take over the territories that each virus has taken over, and then essentially push the one virus into a corner, so it can't do anything, and then they'll just do what it's supposed to do and then kill the system. It's absolutely crazy. Wooly, one of my brothers went to my room and instantly looked at your boobs. They like what they see. That's funny. That's really funny. You know that. You know that. I'm assuming. Here's the question: Is your TV like across from your doorway? Because if it is, that's really a bad thing. Because then people can see, just as they're coming in, the debauchery that's on your computer or on your TV. Oh yeah, I know there's a guy that gets into fights with call center with call centers and destroy their computers with viruses and stuff. He's absolutely hilarious. Because these scammers are so fucking stupid. Hey, bro. Bro, you got my oh wow boobs. I have no... My oh wow boobs. Oh, okay. Boingy, 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 boingy. And I'm gonna keep doing that, and it's just gonna look more and more sus. After you read my last... Oh my god. Boinga, 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 boing. Alright, hold on. Which jester is the Ahigao? Which jester's the Ahigao? Here. There you go. He's seen too much. And for that, I'm trying Lumina with fucking hyper boobs. Oh my god. I mean, technically she's considered hyper. Technically. So, but yeah. No, maybe boobs that size are possible. Like naturally. I mean, I don't know about that with these, but yeah, Bunga 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 bunga. You're being freaky. I'm being freaky. Bruh. You're... Bruh. Just, okay. Wooly, we have been talking and hanging out in the stream here for like the last few weeks, and now you're calling me freaky. Even though we all know what you're about. I see it. I see it in your eyes. Your eyes are windows to the soul. Yeah, I don't know if they're referring. I don't know if Jackson. I don't know if Wooly's referring to you. I was joking. You were joking. I thought you were just sitting there calling me a freaky frog or something. Because apparently that's a thing. People are calling each other freaky frogs and shit. Because people can't withstand the horny. The horny is too great. They become freaky frogs. Jackson. That's wild. You just straight up say ribbit. Just ribbot. Excuse me. Learn to spell. It's It's RIBBIT. Ribbit. Fucking freaky frog. All right. So. It's starting to get to that time. So, I'm going to start getting ready to raid somebody, because I'm getting a little... I'm starting to... I'm sweating like a pig. I need to get... Oh, I know. I already know. I already made my decision on who I am raiding. No, I'm not raiding Dervish. He's got 300 something people, and he doesn't acknowledge raiders, or he doesn't acknowledge small raiders. So I'm gonna slash raid. Slash raid. And then we gonna raid Zen. What are they playing? Voices of the Void. I've never heard of that game, but the game sounds interesting. I might take a look. I might look it up on Steam. But we are going to raid. You didn't tell me who the fuck it was. Who the fuck is? Who is the person? No, I have not heard of it. Who is the person? Because I'm ready to hit raid on Zenstroke here. Oh, come on, Jackson. Wow, when I look at the thing, it says, where? Okay. When I look at the what's it called? It says Zen Strobes and not Zen Stroke. And when I mean Zen Stroke, it's XENSTROKE. E. Fox dude, ooh, ooh. Oh no. See, I'm raiding Zen Stroke, so we're gonna go with that. Alright, so we're going to quickly get this wrapped up here. Thank you all for coming out and hanging out with me. Very much appreciated. If you like what you see and you want to show your support, please take a look at the About section of the stream. Donate, take a look at the wish list, come join the Discord, come hang out with me and stuff. All that stuff. I do not bite. Come hang out with me and have fun. So the next, because I have the next few days off, my paycheck's gonna hurt in 2 weeks, so any donations would be greatly appreciated if you could. It would always help out. With that being said, y'all have a wonderful night. Tomorrow's gonna be Nuclear Nightmare. I'm hoping to get enough people to play with me to do what's it called? to call imposter mode and stuff, yada yada yada. And with that being said, y'all have a wonderful night. I will see you all tomorrow. Bye bye.